This is a song I learned back in the Club 47 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Hey, old people. I learned this from a guy named Bukka White, who was a very large blues player. He was a wonderful slide guitar player, and he had a whole bunch of train songs. And this is kind of an amalgam of a bunch of Bukka White's train songs. This is a song about a train called the Panama Limited. The Panama Limited's a train that runs from Chicago down to New Orleans. She's what they call a special streamline train. That means she's fast. That train's so fast, the hobos don't mess with that train. They just stand by the track with their hat in their hands. And I had a girl, she was leaving one morning on that train, and she got up singing and crying. She said, "Daddy, you know and I hate to go. Hey, 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 hey." I said, "I know you do, baby." Now we're going on down to Union Depot to catch the Panama Limited. And off in the distance, she heard a local freight blow. She asked me, was that the Panama Limited? I said, no. I said, babe, the train you heard blows north of town. Sounds like this. Panama Limited, you hear her off in the mountains to the south. She sounds more lonesome. Sound like this. My guest, he said, what time is train time? I said, I don't know anything about train time, babe. I'm just hanging out trying to pick up a few dimes. And she jumped up singing and crying. He said, Daddy, it's all right the way you turned me down. Hey, Mama ain't got a dime. And she turned her back on me and went running down the hill towards Union Depot. And I stood there a minute. I went running after her. I was going to beg forgiveness for the words I said. I went running and running. And I got down to the big stone steps going up to Union Depot. I looked up. She was way up on top of the steps. I called her name. She heard me call her name, and she turned and called back to me over her left shoulder. Too late, too late, too late, too late. Hey, Mama gonna quit you now. And just when she said that, you know, you could hear the Panama Limited blow 37 miles south of Memphis, Tennessee. Now my gal, she's running across the depot up to the depot agent's window. And she asked him what time train time was. He said, go put your head on the track. When you hear the rails singing, you know train time won't be long. And she did. She went out across the platform, kneeled down on a cross tie, and put her pretty head up on that cold steel rail. She could hear the Panama Limited coming down. She heard that rail, you know, and she jumped up, singing and crying. Said, Daddy, you know, and I hate to go. Hey, Mama ain't got a home. And she said that, you know. I went over and stood up behind her and put my arms around her. And we stood there a little while. And pretty soon the Panama Limited's on the outside of town. Now coming down to Memphis, you got a downgrade, you got a crossing. To make that crossing, an engineer's got to cut down on his air brakes. You can hear that down in the depot. My gal and me were down in Union Depot with our arms around each other. Panama Limited hit that crossing. She cut down, began to squall. My gal, she heard those brakes. She jumped up one last time. She said, Daddy, you know, and I hate to. Hey, may never see your face no more. The Panama Limited's coming around the bend. You can see the engineer, he's sitting way up in his big tall engine. He's just leaning out to watch his drive wheel roll. He's rolling fast. He's got his one hand outside the cab and he's waving at all the little kiddies in the station. They're all jumping around and waving back. He's got his other hand up inside the cab on the bell rope. And all the time he's riding her in. And all the time he's slowing her down. That bell keeps on toning. Everywhere but home. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. You're lovely. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.
I love that song. Oh my.